Our Lady of Grace recognizes Margaret DeSouza. Margaret DeSouza was the first friend I made at Our Lady of Grace Parish. For an old lady, she was a lot of fun. She had a very young heart and an open heart. She welcomed everybody. It was a Sunday, and one of those Sundays where they served coffee and donuts after Mass. And my mom and I went to Mass, and we came out, and we didn't know anybody that had been at the Mass. And Margaret was sitting with her two sisters, and she calls out, honey, come over here, grab a chair and bring your mama. So we did. We got our donut and coffee, brought chairs over, and sat with Margaret and her sisters. And it was like sitting with the Our Lady of Grace Historical Society. And they pointed out who everybody was, who's married to who, and how the families came together. And it was like getting a condensed history, not only of West Sacramento, but Our Lady of Grace specifically. Margaret was the parish secretary for many, many years. And probably that's how she found all the history about West Sac and the people in it sharp. You know, even though she was older, she was sharp. She and her kids and her husband were very, they were not only active in the parish, they were also active, with the school and Little League, and all the activities that boys get into. A kind, loving, supportive person to everybody. I felt her beautiful, warm, welcoming smile and her down-to-earth demeanor. She and her sisters, I felt like I had known them all my life, and I had just met them that day. And every day after that, every time I would encounter her, she would welcome me as if we were lifelong friends. She was a daily Mass attendee, and she had serious trials in her life. It was traumatic, and yet you would never, the joy in her heart and her deep faith in God, you would never know that she had that much suffering. Then I started coming to daily Mass at OLG, and after Mass, everyone would go over to Laboo for coffee and gossip. Somebody had called that group the God Squad, so I was invited to join the God Squad, and Margaret was an integral part of that group and kept the group going. And then her husband got very ill. I was amazed because she would have to take him to dialysis, and he went to dialysis early in the morning. I mean, seriously early in the morning, like 4 a.m. And she would drive him to dialysis and then come to church, drive into the parking lot and wait for the 7 o'clock Mass to start. She would wait in her car for Mass to start, go to Mass, go to breakfast with us, and then go back and pick up her husband. Every time I think of Margaret, I get a smile on my face because I just remember her absolutely precious, warm smile and just how loving and welcoming she was to me, a complete stranger. But we weren't strangers for long. Please join me in thanking Margaret for all she did for Our Lady of Grace.